Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I'm just going to be showing you the actual gameplay of the Garrison. While I feel that I've done a pretty good job of just showing everyone all the various buildings in, specific detail, I think it's just time to actually just really show you how that translates into gameplay. So for today's video, we are going to be gearing my character up, or at least we'll be going through that process. And we'll be doing two things. First of all, seeing how we can get some crafted leatherworking gear, and then we will also try to get a gun from the engineer. So, show you what this is like. We've got here, Shredron's Shredder. Wait, Shredian's Shredder? Yeah, there's something shreddy going on here. Anyway, so, this is a gun. It's item level 630. Interestingly, requires level 99. Now, because of the rate at which you get these gear spring parts, you won't actually be able to build this at 91, but perhaps for your alts, well, you could just send one of these down to your alts, and that would really help you level up ultra fast. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, this requires gear spring parts. And then if we go over here to our leather worker, I will show you what this stuff requires. So this gear, again, has got the level 91 thing going on. And the main cooldown material that we need is burnished leather. So a lot of today's video is just going to be, talking about how we get these various things and all that. Now, the way that you get the burnished leather and then the, whatever the hell it's called for this, the gear springs, is by doing work orders. Now, work orders each take 4 hours, and at level 2, these buildings are all level 2 by the way, you can do 14 of them. The level 3 buildings can do 21, and if you get a storehouse, then you can do even more. Now, you'll be getting one of these every 4 hours, so the only benefit of having the storehouse is that, you can queue up more at once, so you can be a bit more lazy and just do it all, in bulk at a time that suits you. So first of all, I suppose it probably just makes sense to go to her and queue up all the work orders for the gear spring parts. As you can see, I have got a rather ridiculous amount of ore. So there you go, we've queued up 14 orders, and I can track those on my Garrison report. So it says there, the next one can be picked up in 3 hours and 59 minutes. I will probably, I'll get the materials today, and then I'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you the kind of results of everything. And then moving over here, what we need is some raw beast hide. Now, how do we get hide? Good question. I'm not a skinner in this character. In fact, one of the main points of this video is that, professions-wise, I've got nothing of relevance to what I'm going to be doing. So, I'm going to get the hides and things like that from this building here. This is the barn. Now, the way the barn works is that you get this trap, as many of you saw in the barn video, you get this trap and you head off to Nagrand, and you start trapping some animals. So, yeah, I think it's probably a pretty good time to fly off and do that. Okay then, so here we are in the rather lovely Nagrand. I've got to say, I still really like this zone. It's definitely got a different vibe to what it had in the Burning Crusade, but it's still nice and it's still really picturesque. Which actually makes me, now that I think about it, I never did a zone tour / review video. I might try to roll them into one. Yeah, anyway, so here we are in Nagrand. And the reason why I'm in Nagrand is because there are lots of large beasts. Large beasts for me to trap. So if I just search my bags here, you can see this trap. So if I trap a Cleftu or Elk, I will get leather, a Talbot or Wolf will get me fur, and a River Beast or Boar will get me meat. Whoops, I probably shouldn't have used that, but that's fine. We can kite one of these guys over. I've also managed to trap myself, because I cannot move, so that was a great move. I'm now stuck in... Okay, this is... Oh, hang on. I was trying to type into my backpack. Right. Now, this trap has been a little bit buggy for me in the past. I'll have to warn you on that. And I don't know... I think it might have already been used. Or... Oh, wait, no. There you go. My guy's got it. So, I got a leathery caged beast in my bag. So, there we go. Yeah. One of these. Now, this is the thing that I turn in at the Garrison for the work order, which is pretty cool. Here is, for an example, a Talbot. So, as is what we have come to expect, I will get the Talbot. I kind of kite it over that. Try to get it to be trapped. Oh, don't want to kill it yet. There we go. And essentially, any weak one of these mobs in the ground will be trapped like this. Now, as you upgrade the barn, you're able to trap larger and larger creatures, and also that was a furry caged beast instead of a leathery one, but, as I'm sure you remember, what we are really interested in is leather. Now, the maximum amount of work orders that you can do in a single day is 14. So the ideal goal here will be to just capture 14 beasts. Okay. Another thing, you don't want to kill them, as it turns out. Which actually is a little bit annoying. I wish that would activate instantly in such a way that you wouldn't be able to kill the beast. And just as a quality of life thing, because sometimes, you know, maybe, like if you're a hunter, you'll have an aim shot that's just sitting there casting, when really, you don't want that damage, you might accidentally kill the thing. And that's not really fun, is it? No, it just kind of makes things a little bit more tedious. So, I'll place the trap. And, yeah, the other thing is a lot of my abilities do a lot of damage, so it can be pretty easy to just, you know, accidentally kill something. Right. Suppose we'll need to head out to somewhere that's a little bit more varied. The Nagrand music's quite nice. I'll hopefully be able to mix this video so that you can hear it decently. They've actually done a really nice thing with Nagrand, and I think one or two other zones, where some of the old Burning Crusade music actually plays. I've noticed it once or twice in Talador, and the classic Nagrand music that I think most people... It's definitely one of those pieces that I could say know and love for the vast majority of people. And, yeah, it's just really nice when that plays. Because it was an excellent piece of music. As far as game music goes. I think it did, just an especially good job of being appropriately ambient. Which really added to the feel of the zone. Oh, wait, no. Murder of crows. Stop murdering, please. Ah. Okay, lesson number 2 when capturing beasts. Don't apply all your dots, because that just turns into bad things. Being headbutted. Another nice little thing is, these creatures actually have got their own abilities and things like that. More so than maybe in some other parts of the game. Like this guy, he does his smash, and the headbutt, and all that stuff. And maybe if you weren't in the gear that this character has, that stuff would be a bit problematic. But of course, like, I've got heroic tier 17. Now, do bear in mind that heroic tier 17 is not the best kind of tier 17. That's mythic. They're just rejangling the names. Mythic in Warlords of Draenor is the exact same as heroic in Miss Pandaria. This guy is just not being caught. Yeah, this does seem to be a little bit buggy at times. Wait, did that catch him? Nope. Come on. Alright, it's off cooldown now. Oh, do not want to, Is it gonna work? I think I heard it actuate. No? No. Yeah. Seems like there's a bit of a problem going on with these. Anyway, so I'm just going to speed up me capturing a few more things, and then I'll head back to the Garrison and, yeah, show you other stuff that goes on. Okay then, so we're back at the Town Hall using the magic of the Garrison Hearthstone. While I'm here, I suppose I should actually just show you these buildings on the thing here. Yeah, so one thing that you can do with these work orders is you can assign a follower. Unfortunately, none of my followers have got the appropriate traits to be any... Actually, no, these two guys can be useful in this building. And if you assign a follower to one of these crafting buildings, then you will get a higher yield from your work orders. So, if you're serious about gearing up via this crafted stuff, that's absolutely something that you will want to do. Now then, I got a whole bunch of these crates. Most of them are leathery beasts, because right now I'm focusing on getting that burnished leather stuff. However, some of the gear does require fur. So, yeah, there we go. I got the caged talbook thingy, which will give me some fur. Now, while I do have enough ore to get by with, I may as well... Okay, actually, never mind. It seems to have reset my mine. It's very strange. What? Alright, so they're... interesting. It seems like these Gorn just appear every once in a while. So, yeah, just in the interest of showing you what actually goes on, of course, you know, you've got your mine. This is where I'll be getting a lot of my ore. Remember, I'm not a miner, but the mine will provide you with enough ore to deal with your Garrison stuff every day, or at least most of your Garrison stuff. So, if you want to mine for the sake of, like, sticking everything in the auction house, or, you know, doing a large-scale amount of crafting, then you will want mining yourself, and you'll want to head out into the world and mine things. But really, if you have enough characters with these mines, then you're going to be just... You're going to have as much ore as you'll ever really need. I think, anyway. I should actually just double-check how much Draenor stone I have. I've got 60 Draenor stone, which is enough to show you what I want to show you. Alright, so we'll just get this true iron then. Then I'll head out and show you what the stuff's like for the mine. Oh, never mind. I won't... I'm an idiot! In case you haven't noticed after the last year and a half. Yeah, still an idiot. Anyway, so... Get out of here. Do these guys drop any ore? No, they don't. sometimes if you're mining ore, one of these guys spawns behind you, and they usually drop quite a significant amount of ore. They're also only level 90, so, I mean, they kind of get wrecked. Oh, this guy's got a... Oh, yeah, wants me to kill Stonetooth again. That's very strange. Anyway, so, see this Draenic Stone stuff? That's the work order material for him. He takes... Oh, they've changed it, right, so it only takes 5 at once now. And, I'm pretty sure that you just get some... Yeah, it just gives you a shipment of ore. So in 4 hours' time, that will turn into a shipment of ore, and then as time passes, there'll be more and more and more ore. I'll probably just wait until like this time tomorrow to finish off this video and show you how all the work orders have went. Also, if I need herb stuff, I can just, you know, pick up these herbs. Yeah, the raccoons are back. It just seems to reset these buildings, but they still maintain their level. That's weird. Yeah, so I get these Draenic seeds. They operate just like the Draenic Stone, so I can hand them in. Oh, what the hell's he doing here? Interesting. Yeah, so with all that done, it's time to head to the barn, which is over here, where I can hand in all these work orders. So I just talked to him. By the way, it's the Stonefield family. I believe they're from either Elwyn Forest or the other place. You know the one. Westfall! That's it. Yeah, so I can put in all the various work orders. And that will get me a whole bunch of leather. And let's see, what else have I got? Yeah, I earlier put in some work orders for my, this thing, the Dwarven Bunker. Now, the work orders for the Dwarven Bunker can either give you armor scraps, which are just these little things, which buy you transmog gear. I think one of the really cool ones is Blackrock one. As you can see, though, it's all pretty expensive. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But you can also get some useful items as well from this. So I'll just finish off the work orders. Yeah, you can get some Apexis crystals. Not that many, though. And then also upgrade items for your followers. And none of them are ready yet. So I think the next thing to do is probably just to wait. Now, one downside of not being able to just directly have skinning is I need to wait for these work orders to complete in order to start these work orders. However, you know, once you're started, then that's not really a problem anymore. I do have plenty of work orders already in progress. So yeah, that's basically what's going on here. I will come back, well, I will return, yes, not, wow. Anyway, so that's it for all this. I will come back tomorrow, and yeah, I'll just show you how this all resolves. Oh, and I just thought I'd go back for one little update before I, you know, sign off for the day and wait till I come back tomorrow. So yeah, this is the trading post. Now, the trading post is actually kind of cool. As you can see here, I can trade various things for Garrison resources. So this can be useful. So, like, for an example, if I really couldn't be bothered to get some true iron ore for one of my work orders, I could just buy it here with Garrison resources. Now, while I do have 7,785, the only reason I have that's because initially on the beta they gave us 10,000 for the sake of testing. This stuff will be a lot more valuable, and that's why I think that it might make more sense just to go out and get it yourself. Now, there is an alternative. Honestly, I think the optimal build for your Garrison is going to be to have a not leatherworker, what's it called? Lumber mill. Yeah, a lumber mill here, and then like a barn or something. So you could use the barn to get all the stuff for those buildings, and you could use the lumber mill to get Garrison resources to pump into the work orders over here. Another way of doing it would just be to have this building here, the trade place, and then instead of having a barn, just have a lumber yard, because you can go out, you can harvest lumber, and then the work orders for the lumber turn it into Garrison resources. You could then take those Garrison resources to this building and convert them into the trade materials that you need. I just don't think that's going to be a particularly economical way to do it. So that's what's going on here. I suppose one thing that a few of you may find interesting is you can actually get bags of gold. So, you know what, screw it, let's just buy like 10 of these. Okay, no, never mind, I can't shift click, so I'm only going to buy 4, just to see if these have got like a variable amount of money in them or something. So that gives me 13 gold, 16 gold, 15, and yeah, 13. So you can actually get direct money from this, but it doesn't look like it's a very good way of doing it. Now, one other thing that you can do is you can turn in your trade skill materials into Garrison resources, and it's a different trade skill every day. So today it seems to be Draenic Dust, which is one of the things you get from disenchanting items. So yeah, I just thought I'd zoom in and show you that, because it is another way of getting things done. Okay then, so it's actually been 2 days since I did that video, which means that essentially all of our work orders, or at least nearly all of them, should be done. Now then, I'll start off with the Dwarven Bunker. So in this we get, okay, so a armor enhancement, a weapon one, a Pexus Crystals, and 14 Iron Horde Scraps. Of course, remember that Iron Horde Scraps is what gets us that Transmog armor. Wow. That actually will, right off the bat, give a follower a 615 weapon, which is pretty decent, and then the armor enchant's just 3 levels. Okay, so nothing spectacular from this. The last time that I did a whole bunch of work orders, I got like 50 Apexus Crystals, and then an epic weapon enchantment, so a bit strange that's not happened. Anyway, let's head over here to the barn, and this will, yeah, right, so we got 8 Sumptuous Fur, 48 raw beast hide though, and remember, like, it didn't take me too long to get those, like, 8 beasts or whatever. Okay, so moving down here then, we've got our profession buildings. So the leather working places managed to make us a burnished leather and some sorcerer's water. And then finally over here, we've got our engineering shipment, which has got 11 of those gear spring parts, 2 sorcerer's fire, 1 sorcerer's air. So, with those 11 parts, we can make absolutely, well, things, but not the thing we want. This costs 100, so as you can see, it's going to take quite a while. If you're an engineer or leatherworker, though, you will be able to get more of these per day. Right, so I'll move over here. And of course, the reason why we got all that leather is so that we can do some more burnished leather work orders. So, talk to this person. You can see that that's enough to get 10 of them. So, really, there you go. That is what Garrison gameplay is like in terms of crafting. You know, you're going out, you're hunting things in the ground, you're getting ore and maybe herbs if you want them from your garrison, and then you can fill in the gaps by just trading any of your resources in the trade hub. In addition to that, of course, there's gameplay with this where you can, wow, I got that mouse bug again, where you can, you know, put your garrison resources in here, hopefully get some useful follower upgrades out, and then those Iron Horde armor scraps can be farmed in many places in the world. One example would actually be up here in Gorgrond, where you can fight loads of Iron Horde troops, and they will give you the Iron Horde armor scraps. So that's really it. Like, this current garrison is basically just one that's designed for the most part to get my character lots of gear. Obviously, not that it really matters in the beta, but in live, I think this will be a pretty good, like, solid bet. Now, the other Garrison gameplay, of course, is just the missions, but you've all seen them many times before, so there's no real point in going over that again, and I'm sure you're all aware of the level 100 daily content. So that's really it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.